Welcome students. I am going to go over the tutorial for the music montage project, which is really simple. It's actually just combining two images, layering two images in. We're going to use Pixlr to do this. The subject matter is musical images. That's why it's called music montage. A montage is usually when you combine images. And the directions are listed right here. If you go to your home page, go to week 7. I have this in second semester, music montage. The directions are listed right here, but I'm going to go through them just in case you like to follow. Here's some examples. This is student work of what your finished work should look like. This is very similar to our spirit photography project where you made the ghosts that were kind of see-through, so you can kind of see the similarities. All right, the big difference is that you're going to use musical images. You're going to combine at least two. You can do more if you like. So these are great examples from the students. I'm going to show you very quickly how to put these together. I'm going to go to Pixlr, pixlr.com, and I'm going to go to the photo editor. And I have a couple images ready. So you will take pictures, your own original pictures. Don't use any from the internet, of course, like always. You will take two images that you take that are music related. Okay, so anything that you can think of, look through the examples that are music related, a musical instrument, music notes. Some students have used iPods or music imagery like that. I'm going to use this picture that I have of a boy playing the bongos. It's kind of sideways. So the first thing I'm going to do is rotate it 90 degrees so that you can see it. And it doesn't fit very well on my screen, so then I'm also going to go to View, Show All so that I can see it better. It was a little large. Okay. What I did with this picture, just kind of as a side note, and you can do this with any of yours, I'm going to show you really quickly. If you go to Pixlr, and I know most of you have seen this, on your start page you have 3 options. I always make you go to Editor. If you ever want to play around with Pixlr-O-Matic, you can go to the first option. It's very similar to Instagram where you can do little fun filters. So I did this. I actually did this with some of my images. So you go to Computer and you would pick your picture. Here's the bongo image that I did, just to show you what it looks like. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get these options to go through all these other filters. When you move your cursor on here, what this does is it simulates what it's like in an old-fashioned darkroom when you're developing prints in a tray of chemicals. That's what that is. So that would be the developer tray where you're developing. So you can go through all these different filters for fun. You also can do the effects and frames, and then when you're done you'd push save. I did that. I did kind of a desaturated look where the color is very subtle because I thought it would look good on this project. It's up to you. You can make it black and white. You can do anything you want just for fun if you want, or leave it alone. Okay, so I started with my image of the boy playing the bongos, and then I'm going to open up a second image of a girl singing. So I'm going to have 2 of them open at the same time. So I have this girl singing. Okay, and I also did the same filter on her. So you might notice it's a little bit similar. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use her as my top layer. She's going to be like my ghost-like image. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to select just her. So I used my selection. I selected around her, and then I'm going to go to Edit, Copy. Okay, so I copied just this part. Alright, and then I'm going to move her out of the way. Actually don't need that picture anymore, so I can close it. Now I'm back on my bongo picture. Now I'm going to go to Edit, and I'm going to paste. And when I do this, you'll notice now all of a sudden I have 2 layers. I have my back layer with the bongos, and I have my top layer with the singer. Okay, so this looks terrible. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I want to be able to move it around somewhere. So you would use the Move tool, which is the top right corner. I can move this. I'm probably going to put her up here. Another thing that you may want to do, a lot of times when you paste your picture in there, it's too big. This one's a little small, but it might be too big. Then another way to manipulate your image is go to Edit, Free Transform. I know we've used this a lot. And then I can just drag it. Let's say I want her to be like this size. Or if you want it to be like the whole size of the image. I'm probably going to leave her a little bit smaller. Okay, when I'm done, I click anywhere and then I say yes. I can always change that again too if I don't like it. Okay, so I'm moving this top layer around. The last thing I'm going to, well, no, not the last thing. The next thing I'm going to do is I want to, let's make this a little bit see-through. So I'm going to lower the opacity. This button right here in my layers menu is a toggle button. So when I click on that, it makes some of my other options pop up. One of them is opacity, and that's where I can make it see-through. Opaque means you can't see through it. Transparent means you can. I'm going to make this a little more transparent. So you can play with that, see where you like it. Maybe about right there is nice. Okay. Then also, I'm going to erase around these hard edges. I don't like how it looks like I cut this out of a magazine and just glued it on top. I don't think that looks very good. So I will take my eraser, and I'm going to choose my eraser options. For this project, it works well to have a soft eraser, not a hard one. These are hard edges. I would choose a soft edge, and I'm going to use it a little bit bigger. You can go on the screen to see what that looks like. So it's kind of soft because it makes a nice, not a hard edge, so it kind of blends it in better. Okay, another thing that you can do is lower the opacity of your eraser so that it blends even better. Okay, so as I work on this, you can see it starts to blend the two images better. I want to get rid of things that distract so that they look better together. I think maybe right here I might get rid of the straps of her tank top just because they're see-through. Okay, and this is a little bit awkward, the placement, so I might go back to my move tool and decide to move her more up here, maybe down here. It's all up to you, whatever you like. Maybe it might go up here. And when you're erasing, if you are having trouble seeing, you can always go back and get rid of your background layer, make it so it's not visible so you can see what you're doing. I'll show you how to do that. So my background layer right here, if I click on that, it turns it blue. It has a little padlock. That means it's locked. If I double click it, it becomes unlocked. And then if I click again where the little check mark is, it makes it so that it's completely invisible. Don't worry, it's still there. I just can't see it. This is a nice way to make sure you erase fully all this areas here. Oh, so then you have to click back on your top layer to erase. All right, I actually probably need to go back. I probably accidentally erased. See, I accidentally erased on my bottom layer here when I was doing that, so it can go backwards. If you make a mistake, you go to Edit, Undo. All right, so let's go back to my bottom layer, make it not visible. Now click on your top layer before you start erasing. That's the mistake I made. Okay, this is a very simple example for your music montage. If you want to, you can do more than 2 layers. You could have several images and layer on top of each other, but the minimum I want you to have is 2. Okay, just to view what it might look like when it's done. Maybe you want to play around with, I'm not sure about this, I might want to play around with the size. Make this more like this, maybe. I'm not sure that these fit together very well. I kind of like that up here. Okay. All right, so keep working with your images, just musical images together. You can put 2 or 3 together. I've seen more. You could maybe make them black and white if you need to, but when you're done, you will save it and you will turn it in. Save it as a music montage, and then you'll turn it into the submissions Dropbox for credit. Thank you. Good luck.